Welcome to the Crazy Happy Podcast. Thank you for dropping in for your dose of crazy happiness and a quick hit of positivity. I'm your host, Tanya Vetter of TanyaVetter.com. Welcome to episode 18. Thank you guys for being here. This episode is brought to you by Women Empowerment Training Institute, empowering women and youth through engagement and exposure. Happy Wednesday, hump day. Say what? Yep, let's get up and move around. I'm excited about today's topic. I'm always excited about every day's topic, really, especially those that hit home to me. And so we're going to talk about tap into it and act as if. I'm going to say that again. Tap into it and act as if. And I love this episode because it really gets our brains are turning into what do we have inside of us that we can tap into. And so I have a question for you. What would you do if you were absolutely certain that you were supported and taken care of? I'm going to say this again. What would you do? What choices would you make? What job would you be in? What relationship would you be in? What volunteer work would you be doing? How much would you give financial contributions to others if you knew you had no worry at all and knew 100% that you were supported and taken care of? How would your decisions be different? And so what I like to do is I look at things like, okay, if I didn't have to go to a certain job, if I had a choice, if I didn't believe that this was all there was for me, what choices would I make? Like, would I choose to wake up and do the same thing that I'm doing right now, right? Or would I choose to do something differently? And I want you to think about that, because then I'm going to ask you, what's stopping you? And that's the part people are like, no, money's stopping me. I have my 401k. This is the safety zone, but I'm going to push you today. I want you to tap into and act as if. Okay, so here's the thing. Where are you right now? And what are you doing where you are right now? Okay, and so there are two folds to this. If you like where you are right now, wonderful, awesome sauce. But if you don't like where you are right now, and say, for instance, you're like, well, Tanya, I just can't pack up and move and just change my life around and drop everything because, that's a little bit of part of my story. And I'm going to say, right, you can't. But here's the thing. How can you make where you are more pleasant? I'm going to say that again. How can you make where you are more pleasant, enjoyable? How can you make it and create a space where you look forward to going to it, being in it, and doing it every day? How can you do that? So here's the thought I want you to consider. How can I make this better? Notice I didn't say, are you doing more? I said, how can you make it better? Okay, and usually that comes with being of service to someone else. So when you're at work, ask yourself, and I think I read something, it was in Mel Robbins' book, maybe Mel Robbins, I can't remember, I have to look that up, but I read, because I read so much throughout the day, but I was reading where, it's in Time magazine. This month's article is talking about mindfulness. Huge story on it. And it said one of the ways to make working where you're working, if you don't really like it, better is take 5 minutes a day to do something for someone else that's not work related. I'm going to say that again. Take 5 minutes to do something for someone else that's not work related. And they said that they found that it made people like a lot more happier to do the jobs that they're doing. And so find a way to do something that is not work related for someone else today when you're at that job that you particularly may not like or love. If you love your job, then find a way to do it better. Do it better. Make it creative. Make it fun. You have to create your happy place, happy space where you are. Because we work our best and we work more effectively when we're in alignment. And what do you mean, Tanya? What do you mean alignment? How do I know if I'm in alignment? It's very, very simple. How do you feel? How do you feel? You know, what's your attitude like? So when you tap into it, you know you've tapped into it when you feel supported, when you feel loved, when you feel good. A lot of times we've been told to ignore how we feel. And I kind of push back on that because knowing how I feel tells me if I'm saying what God is saying about me. I'm going to say that again. Knowing how I feel tells me if I'm saying what Source is saying about me. And if I'm not feeling good, I'm saying something that Source is not agreeing with. So whereas I'm saying, I can't do it, Source is saying you can. Where I'm saying that I'm stressed out, Source is saying I have you. You're supported. Where I'm saying that possibly there's not enough, Source is saying there's more than enough. There's always enough. So that's how you tap into it. You tap into it by being in alignment. How do I get in alignment, Tanya? I say what God is saying about me. I'm going to say that again. How do I get in alignment? I say what Source, what God, what all is saying about me. I just agree with God. He says I'm loved. I said, and so it is. He says you're supported. I said, and so it is. So you go with that flow. That's what go with the flow means, right? So identify if your bad day that you think you're having or that struggle is because you're out of alignment and possibly living in fear or doubt. Or maybe it's frustration because you know you've settled for less than what you should be doing, having, and being. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I felt that one, right? I felt that one. I'm going to say it again. So identify if what you're feeling, the uneasiness that you have, or even the great feeling that you have will tell you whether you're in alignment, right? So if you have that yucky feeling, identify whether it's because you're afraid or you doubt yourself, or if you're frustrated because possibly you know you've settled and you can do more. So that's how you tap into it. Now, how do we act as if? This is my favorite part because I used to be a little small town actor, how you do the acting in the theaters in the community. I was one of those girls. So this is where you act as if. So first of all, you ask. Okay, ask and you shall receive, right? We all know that, right? So first you ask for what you want. And you ask for it as if you know it's possible. So there's no doubts here. This is the no doubt zone. Secondly, you expect it and you step into it. How do you step into it? By preparing and clearing space for it. So say for instance, I have some underground things that I've been working on, and one particular thing that is extremely exciting, and it's happening June 25th through June 29th, right? And it just happened yesterday. Awesome event that's happening and opportunity. So it's new, it's fresh, and I don't know the answer yet. I don't know the results. Well, I do know the results. Hello. I asked for it, so I already know the results, right? But here's what we do. I'm clearing space for it. Well, what does that look like for me? I see something that is an opportunity that's happening in a few months. How do I clear space for it and prepare for it and expect it? I clear my calendar for those dates. I write affirmations already identifying what that particular thing is, what that particular opportunity is. And then the third point is see yourself there. So I'm already picturing myself there. I can already see who's in the room with me, right? I can see myself already experiencing this opportunity that is on the table and that's possible for me, right? The fourth thing is notice in my voice, I am extremely excited about this. So, number four is get excited. Come on, guys. This is the biggest piece of the puzzle. You've got to get excited because when you're excited, God, source, universe is like, okay. Yes, we can do this. Sure. This person really wants it. Yeah, they're excited about it. So get excited about it because it builds momentum. And here's the juicy stuff that starts to happen. And it's called synchronicity. So what happens is little pieces of the puzzle start just kind of coming in contact with you. And I'll give you a funny story, but I know this story is going to turn out to be a lot more entertaining later on. But the opportunity literally just landed yesterday. And I said to myself, okay, God, I'll do this, but you've got to make this fun for me and give me some signposts along the way. And I kid you not, I went jogging last night. I kid you not. And a lady who was running by me on the jogging trail, mind you, I'm in Houston, Texas. The lady running by me on the jogging trail, I'm kidding, I'm serious, guys. The lady running by me on the jogging trail had a t-shirt on that said, I love New York. And I almost freaked out, like totally, I'm telling you, it was just, why was I excited? Well, the opportunity is actually in New York. Yes, it is actually in New York. So I just thought it was hilarious that I said, okay, God, source, universe, give me a signpost along the way. And here comes this little happy lady running by me with a t-shirt on that says, I love New York. So yes, get excited after you tap in. Get excited. And then here's the other thing. Think from it. Think from what you want to have, do, or be. Think from it, not of it. And you may say, okay, so what does it mean to think from it? When you think from that particular thing or that particular, we all want to improve ourselves in some way. That better person you want to see of yourself, whether it's health, whether it's spiritual growth, whatever it is. When you think from that place, you basically ask yourself, if I were whatever that thing, whatever that is you're working on or you're expecting, if this were true, how would I handle this situation? Any situation you get in, you think about it. You think about that situation from that place of being. So if you are, I'm going to just say you want to be, oh my God, it can be anything. You want to be a college graduate. You want to be a motivational speaker. You want to be a published author. You want to be an entrepreneur. Ask yourself these questions. If I were an entrepreneur, if I were a writer, if I were a speaker, how would I spend my time? How would I spend my money? How would I save my money? How would I respond in difficult situations or conflict if I was this person that I aspire to be? If I had this thing that I aspire to have? If I am do this thing I aspire to do? Ask yourself, who's doing what you want to do? And what are their habits? I've given you a lot today. I know I have, but I'm going to run back through them really quickly. Number one, ask for what you want, not what you think you can have. Ask for what you literally and seriously want. Then expect it by stepping into it. Prepare for it and clear space. Number three, see yourself there. See yourself already there. Number four, get excited. Get excited. That pulls it in. And then number five, I want you to think from that dream, not of that dream. Thank you so much for stopping in for your dose of crazy happiness and your quick hit of positivity. You know what I say, guys. Be light, be love, be you.